What is up, everybody? This is Merc with the Mic, and this is another Ahhh Shell Shock Podcast by Recycling Inc. I'm Merc with the Mic, and I'm joined by Tenacious T.
You know I am in the building.
So what's up? We are going through Season 4, Part 1. Oh, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 87, Season 4, Part 1. So we're doing it in two parts because there's 40 episodes, so we're going to be doing
this would be 1990, I think, right? 1990, 91 when this
90,
one came out?
I think this was 1990, yes.
1990.
1990 to 91.
So, like, the hit of the movie came out.
Yeah.
Turtles is on top of the world at this moment in time. You know what I mean?
Turtles on the top of the world, but they nerfed the cartoon.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I feel like they saw the potential now in the revenue of movies, and then the toy line is skyrocketing. They're like Series 3, I think, now with the turtle or with the line and everything like that. Oh. The comic books are switching up. The Archie ones are coming out, and you know what I mean. So it's like Turtles is everywhere at this moment in time.
So this was after the 89 movie, 100%. The movie came out and everything like that. But the thing is, they didn't really sell the movie to kids. They sold the cartoon to kids because the movie was too violent, and a lot of people did not like that for kids and whatnot. So this one...
I disagree.
Yeah, but this is what happens to the show when you are given the violent thing. They nerf it. They pretty much... So this cartoon, you're going to notice a lot this season... that Michelangelo don't use the nunchucks anymore.
But he has them.
He has them. He'll take them out, but he would never use them.
He won't fight with them. No, he'll block with them. He'll block with them. I've seen him block with them.
But he does not use them at all. He uses that rope and the grappling hook, and that's usually what he uses as a weapon. The other turtles use their weapons, but they barely actually use the weapon. They use it to block, or they use it to deflect something, and that's about it.
There's not too many positive things
so,
that I will say about this season.
So the history of this one is that, one, they changed the animation team again. Two is the fact that it changed where the cartoon was airing from. So it used to air on Channel 11 when it first started, and now it's on CBS Kids and Channel 2 if you're in New York. And they started broadcasting the Turtles on that channel. One thing you notice for fast is the Turtles are a bit more brighter. They're brighter green. They're all the same color. They're not like that darker green that they were before. Two, the episodes weren't story-lined at all. They were just random episodes of shit they did.
Besides where Shredder and Krang and Bebop and Rocksteady were.
Yeah.
Besides that. And them, like, what they're trying to do, there is no story whatsoever.
Yeah. But
Which is sad, you know what I mean? Because that's what we genuinely liked about the first 3 seasons.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We had consistency in a story.
Yeah, so this one didn't really have much of a story. They just... Because even the Bebop and Rocksteady, even the Shredder and Bebop and Rocksteady, they just had random plans that they did. And then they just went away. And then they had a different plan. So they had like a different plan on every day. Instead of like a continuous story of a bit larger plan, they was just always in that...
something different.
Every episode.
One thing I will say that I really, really, really enjoyed... was the comedy of Bebop and Rocksteady, because I felt like they shined a lot more in this than they have. You know what I mean? Like, I felt like they were more in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they were probably in like a good.
A lot of episodes consisted around them.
Yeah, a good portion of them. Yeah,
they were really like the footwork and the manpower behind it. Like they even tried to do shit on their own.
Yeah, they did.
You know what I mean? Which I thought was fucking awesome, bro, because they actually really did a good job, and I was actually rooting for them, and they were hilarious.
Yeah. I think that was probably the highlights of the season. The rest of it has been like jumbled into a lot of bullshit.
It was dookie.
It wasn't even funny anymore. It was just corny. And it was like it was not even like a corny joke funny. It was just corny. It was just like, oh right, they're trying to do that.
Even when they tried when they broke the fifth wall, whatever it is,
fourth wall. Yeah,
the fourth wall, which it was just missed it. They're like, what? You haven't watched every single episode since this? You know what I mean? Like, are you not shocked? It's like they were. I felt like the cast didn't even care anymore. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, let's just make this check and let's keep.
Right? They like, oh, we got the paycheck. Let's go.
Yeah, let's. And like the animation was it was all over the place, man. Yeah. It really was not. There was no consistency. It was just whether like it'll be one episode where they look like the old seasons, and then there's another one that looked like fucking like Saved by the Bell. You know what I mean? It looked like it was California instead of New York, and then you know what I mean, and then the voice actors changed, and it was just all over the place, man. And the thing is, as a kid, I would pick this up. You know what I mean? Like, that wasn't like, he doesn't sound like it was the last episode.
Yeah.
Why is it looking like this? Why is it so bright? You know what I mean? And then some episodes are really dark, and then it was all over the place, man. Yeah.
So, like we'd always do in the episode, we would just go episode by episode and let you know what there were. And if you have something to comment in it, you'll comment in it and keep it going from there. So we start off at episode 1, Plan 6 from the Outer Space. I know that didn't that episode Bebop and Rocksteady became human again, right?
I think it was that, or one of like the first couple of episodes.
I think that was
the when they go episode. To the illusion of them. They were actually them, but to the rest of the world it was an illusion, and they went to like Channel 6 News.
Yeah.
And they got like promotions immediately because they were assholes.
Yeah, 100%. I actually like. Again, I think that's where it's gonna shine is for Bebop and Rocksteady. I think they shine.
It was their show, bro. Yeah. It was totally their show.
But yeah, you see them in human form again as well, which was pretty cool. Turtles of the Jungle. Go ahead.
But wouldn't you think that he was like, yo, I was just getting used to being a mutant. You know what I mean? Like, why wouldn't you want to be back to your normal state? You know what I mean? They didn't want to even be that in the beginning. They were forced to do that. They could still be henchmen. It's not like they had superpowers or anything.
Well, they were stronger because of the animal form.
I think Bebop's superpower was able to pull off drag and get away with it. Because he was dressed as a woman, like, in almost every single episode.
And that was the other thing with this shit, is the fact that, like, how, like, clueless a lot of characters are in this show. Like, even going to further on with Slash.
Especially with the turtles.
Yeah, with Slash. Like, when Slash first came in, and April didn't know that was not a regular turtle.
Like, we've already went through like 60 episodes together.
Yeah.
And April is probably pushing 30 at this time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, anyway. It's just it's bad.
So we got Turtles of the Jungle. Professor's ray gun transforms his pet apes Jocko into a giant rampaging monkey. Think about King Kong. You kind of got the same appeal.
It kind of reminded me of Rampage a little bit.
Yeah, it did.
Just a little bit.
Whatever
you do, don't feed it.
Another episode of a shrinking turtle. Michelangelo toys around after dreaming about being attacked by a Tyrannosaurus. Michelangelo disguises himself and goes to a toy fair, and he gets shrunk into its action figure size.
I didn't mind that episode. That episode wasn't too bad.
Pecking turtle. Shredder and Crane plans to steal priceless artifacts from Uptown Museum. They didn't even have much of a description. Like, okay, that sounds boring.
Dumb.
Shredder's mom is episode 5.
I love this episode, man. I really do. I would have taken down, if I was a cartoon, I would have taken down Shredder's mom just because it was Shredder's mom. You know what I mean? And she was a little feisty little chick. You know what I mean? But you know, Shredder's a horrible son. He really is. Like, he literally, she's in prison. Could have broken her out at any time he wanted to. And then it took the scenario of this episode to even introduce her, one. And two, like, she should have been a constant reoccurring character, I felt.
Yeah. I don't think she
because, she did a lot of shit. She did more than Shredder did in a lot of episodes. In one episode.
Yeah. Son of Return of the Fly 2. A scientist needs the turtles to help recover a circuit board that was lost during a fight. So this is the return of Baxter Stockman and his computer head guy. I forgot his name.
Yeah.
Next one, Bebop and Rocksteady conquer the universe. I actually like this episode.
That is the best episode besides Shredder's mom.
Yeah.
I love that episode.
So Rocksteady and Bebop get their hands on actual Tron Ray to reduce anyone to fearful wrecks. I don't know what the fuck that was, but yeah, that was a good episode. I actually really liked that one. Raphael meets his match. This is the debut of Mona Lisa. Raphael wins a place at the owners of a fast food chain, which was, what was it? It was Donald Trump's or some shit, or Arnold Trump's. Yeah,
it was something like that.
And he won a cruise ship for a costume party, which he just ran as a fucking turtle. And then Mona Lisa, when it was part of there and trying to destroy the pirates and shit that was there. It was okay episode.
That's 4 turtles and a baby?
No, that was Raphael meets his match.
Okay, because Raphael meets his match. I'm looking at the
That's
list
number
right now.
8.
Number 8. That's Rondo in New York.
No, that's Raphael meets his match. You're looking at.
Well, I'm looking at season 4 on my phone right now.
That Rondo in New York is episode 11.
Rondo, why? Doesn't make any sense.
They fucked up. So episode 9 is the 4 turtles and a baby, and this is the one that you were talking about with the Neutrons having kids, and they all of a sudden gave turtles like, "Hey, watch my kid" and shit.
It was so dumb. It was they ruined the neutrinos with them, man. They really did. It was just like no, I don't care. You know what I mean? It was literally a babysitting episode where they want the neutrino for whatever reason because they can ransom it and fucking make them. You know what I mean? Like it's so dumb. I can't even. I continue. I feel bad bashing.
No, it was a bad episode, and honestly, I would have dug it more if it was continuing character. So if it was like the dude with the blue hair and shit, and that was actually them having kids and shit, I would be understanding because it would be like a future intake. Maybe their time, did they mention their time goes faster than the Earth's time and things like that. You could have easily did something like that, but it was just two random dudes from the same place that had a baby, gave it to the turtles. The turtle dumped it on April, and then
it's bad, bro.
Turtle Maniac is the next
I like this episode a lot. I really do. But there's a lot of inconsistencies with this episode.
Yeah.
So this episode is there's a fanatic who loves the turtles. And he's like sort of like a House of Wax kind of feel to it, where he creates this museum with all turtle artifacts. You know what I mean? And what is crazy about it is this guy mentions how his mother used to bash him for being obsessed with the turtles. But he's an old-ass man.
Yeah, like how old do you think the turtles are?
I know, like he's an old-ass man, and he's talking about his mother's bashing him. But what is crazy about the episode is that he makes the layer. Like he thinks of what the turtle's lair would be. Yeah. And it's pinpoint on point exactly. Like he should know where the turtles live. You know what I mean? And he's given a tour to the turtles. And the turtles are like, "Wow, you have more stuff of ours than we have of ours." You know what I mean? Like I thought that was like a nod, like there was somebody so obsessed with the turtles that he was willing to do anything, which was even capture like them and then wax them over so they're statues. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like he has a module, you know what I mean? He has one. Yeah. How the fuck did he get one?
I don't know. He probably Shredder eBaying shit on the side.
There was things in that episode where it was pieces of different old episodes. I was like, wow, this guy. You know what I mean? He was really, but I actually really enjoyed that episode. Yeah. I thought it was actually pretty smart, except for the small inconsistencies. You know what I mean? But I actually really did enjoy that episode.
Episode 11, Rondo, New York. Turtles cause a new engine to spill into a movie wheel projector when they attempt to steal it.
Rondo, which is Rambo.
Yeah, pretty much.
This reminded me of The Last Action Hero.
Yeah.
Because it's like the movie version of Arnold Schwarzenegger obviously is not Arnold Schwarzenegger, but pulled into the reality of now of him as the character. You know what I mean? He is that character in real world. So they resorted to, Rondo, who actually was a pussy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then this guy created this ray gun that was able to pull things out. So it was like I'm trying to. It was like an "Are You Afraid of the Dark" episode. I remember where the things would come out of the screen. That was the one with Nosferatu and stuff like that. It was like that mixed with like Last Action Hero. So think of that episode as that, and I thought it was really good actually. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it very much actually.
There were some good episodes in the season. There's not all bad. We bash it because just the quality of it
is the inconsistency of the season.
Yeah, but other than that, there are some good episodes here. I did like that episode too. Planet of the Turtles. I thought this episode was kind of funny too, just because seeing the wrestlers of Mikey and Raph.
Oh
and
yeah.
I destroy you and shit, fucking with the Arnold Schwarzenegger fucking voices and stuff. So
it's like we've already have this. Like we dealt with these fucking turtles as it is. Why are you bringing two more into our world?
Exactly.
Krang was actually smarter in this one. You know what I mean? Like I felt like his comedic relief was there, but he didn't do anything.
No.
That was kind of like the thing is with him that made him flop.
Name that tune. Krang threatens to vaporize the city, but a musical instrument interferes.
Who was? If that's not Buddy Holly, then I don't know what Buddy Holly is, because he looked exactly like Buddy Holly.
Yeah,
100%. And that episode was horrible.
Yeah,
I fucking can't stand that episode. And he was in 2 episodes actually, and weren't they back to back?
No.
Well, from I don't know where you're reading from, but from Prime, which we watch it on, the list is different than the list that you're reading from.
I'm reading.
That's why I was thrown off.
Oh, okay.
But
I'm reading from when they aired.
Okay.
I guess.
I mean, regardless, it's still the episode, so I'm not really, as long as we actually saw it, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Is it really that different?
Yeah, I'm looking at it as we go.
Yeah. So, yeah, they did. There's something different.
But it is what it is. Keep it moving.
Yeah, there's something different. Yeah, whatever.
A troublesome computer disguised as an electronic keyboard ends up on Earth. So dumb.
Yeah.
So dumb.
Yeah, so Raphael knocks him dead. Mobster named Pinky McFingers kidnaps a comedian from a local comedy club. Pinky McFingers. You want to know what was my issue with this damn season? No Donatelli.
You love Donatelli.
Yeah, he was really, a funny ass character.
Don't get me wrong. I like him too. You know what I mean? And he was only in 2 episodes. He was 3 episodes, but the tickling of the feet, and he's a mobster gangster who kills people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, what if your feet weren't ticklish?
Then
he kills you.
Exactly. There you go.
I have too much dry skin on my feet. You cannot tickle me.
Yeah, I see the difference because there's some of them here that I did not. Well, they were just mixed around because I remember watching them. I just saw them later. Slash the evil turtle from Dimension X.
This actually was. It started off really good for me, but I was totally upset with Slash.
Yeah, me too.
Because what was hilarious was Bebop and Rocksteady had a pet turtle.
Yeah.
And they're like, yo, hide the turtle. If the Shredder finds out you have a pet turtle, he's going to be mad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because, your arch enemy is the turtles. But their plan was smart.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They have a pet turtle, which is a snapping turtle. You know what I mean? And those little shits are feisty, man. I used to hang out by this river out where my grandmother lived.
Yeah.
There was a river over there, part of a wildlife refuge and stuff. And we used to hang out over there, and they would be these little snapping turtles, and they are fucking assholes. They are not the little box shell turtles that you get at the store. Those things will bite your ass.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So the concept of it was smart. It's like, let's mutate a turtle to fight the turtles.
Yeah.
And Slash, he was just like a romantical kind of guy. I don't want to do this, guys. But he was so dumb. He was dumb.
Yep. And I was mad that April confused, didn't know that was not one of the regular turtles.
Like, you were with these turtles. You've been in the lair. You know what I mean? You know that they don't have, like, metallic shit on them and an eye patch and this and that. You know what I mean? Like, that just shows you she's dumb.
16 is Leonardo lightens up. So the list I'm reading from...
That's when he didn't give a shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, that episode sucked.
17, Menace Maestro, which is Shredder acting like the Phantom of the Opera.
Which was dumb, too.
That was dumb. Hero for a Day, which was this old man comes back out of retirement, becomes as a superhero.
I actually enjoyed that little one a little bit because it's like, it reminded me of like The Incredibles a little. He's all washed up at the end. He's like, oh, I wanted to do something, but he's all fat and weight. You know what I mean? But then they used him for, making weapons and stuff. So it actually, his purpose was there.
Yeah. And then the last of the season that we watched was Where the Rats from Channel 6. That was our Rat King.
Where's the Rats?
That was the Rat King. So that was the basis of the NECA Rat King and Vernon figures. Pretty much Vernon becomes a rat with Irma. But Irma hasn't got a figure yet, so we got Irma. I think Irma's got
and then we have... I hope Irma does.
I think she is. I think she's going to be in a 2-pack.
It should be either one of three things. It should be Irma and Vern. Irma... I know Vern's already out with Rat King, so that's not going to be. But Irma should have been with April.
Yeah.
Irma should have been with Vern, and Irma should have been with the boss from Channel 6.
Do you know who I think she's going to come with? Remember the RoboCop robot?
That would be fucking awesome.
I think she's going to come with him.
That would be actually really cool.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that robot was only there for one episode, so...
There's a lot of characters, only one per episode. But Donatelli has 3. He hasn't had a figure yet.
But the Klingons has been in like 6, and then we not Klingon. They're not Klingons. Whatever the fuck the neutrons.
Yeah.
Nutrients.
The nutrients.
I don't know.
Neutrinos. The neutrinos.
Neutrinos. Yeah. They deserve one, and that should be a 3-pack.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna go run down the list of the episodes the way we watched it, because again, the list I was reading from is a little different than what we were is. If you buy it on Prime, this is how it goes: is Plan from Outer Space, is Turtles in Jungle, Michelangelo Toys Around, Perking Turtle, Shredder's Mom, 4 Turtles and a Baby, Turtle Maniac, Rondo in New York, Planet of the Turtles, Name the Tune, Menace and Maestro Please, Superhero for the Day, Back to the Egg, Son of the Return of the Fly, Son of the Return. This title just don't make sense. Raphael knocks him dead. Bebop and Rocksteady conquer the universe. Raphael meets his match. Slash evil Turtle from Dimension X. Leonardo lightens up, and then Weird Rats from Channel 6. So
I prefer that list.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So those are our 20 episodes we went through. This is for season 4. Again, we have little gripes for season 4 here and there, but for the most part, we do like our particular episodes. There was a lot of just random episodes that just wasn't that great, but we had a few that were good.
I felt like the season was nothing but fillers. You know what I mean?
There was no big plot or anything like that.
But now let me go on my rant real quick, okay? So from the third season, at the end of the third season, the Technodrome gets dropped down in. Well, not dropped down. They were already down. They got transported back because the Technodrome came back up, started rampaging, and they sent it to Dimension X.
Yeah.
So it's stuck on this ridge in Dimension X, and it's all fucked up. But they got the power to teleport from here to Earth. You know what I mean? Why the fuck do you... And especially as much as Krang hates Dimension X. Now, he hates it. He despises it because Krang was a loser there. You know what I mean? Like, he was a loser on Dimension X. That's why I get the fuck out of there. All right? Why not get the hell out and then rebuild whatever the hell you're doing? You know what I mean? They kept transporting back to Dimension X. I felt like something's going to happen to them where they start becoming, like, slow. You know what I mean? And, like, too many transportations. Like, they're complaining about being on Dimension X. But you're back on Earth more than you're at Dimension X.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and then there's this one episode with Splinter when they made the robot Splinter come. And Splinter mentions, now obviously anybody who's ever listened to our cast knows that I held Splinter up to such a high regard before this, and then he's just a mentally unstable 30-year-old man who lived in the sewer. You know what I mean? Like, the robot did more action than Splinter did. You know what I mean? In 3 seasons. Splinter doesn't do anything. He's useless. But he always has sushi. Does Splinter deserve sushi?
No.
He's eating their sashimi. Sashimi's expensive.
Yeah.
You know, like, I'm sorry, guys, I'm ranting, but this is just how I feel about it. It's like, you know, like, you're in Dimension X. Wouldn't the neutrinos be more? Why wouldn't they go there and whoop his ass?
I don't know. They're probably stuck
planet.
Somewhere else. They probably in the city area. And
there's a whole government of them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? All you gotta do is locate the Technodrome and beat the fucking shit out of them, and it's done and over with, Shredder. You know what I mean? How can Shredder breathe there?
Yeah, there's a lot of things. maybe the Technodrome itself, like it has oxygen, but it's not like he's outside.
Around.
Yeah.
No, I saw Bebop and Rocksteady walk around. I could understand them with their mutation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Maybe being able to do that. But now I think I might be diving down a little too far. It is a kid's show, and then I feel like they're just doing it for a check now. So, like, I'm thinking way too far into it. You know what I mean?
That's the feeling about this season, too. Like, it feels like
in 1990, I'm 5 years old in 1990.
Yeah.
So, you know, I was happy to have Turtles then.
Yeah. So, yeah, this is season 4, 1990. So, yeah, there was a lot of, like, changes in the Turtles. They try to make it more non-violent for a ninja show, and they try to do things to more, like, I think cater to more kids, were just more, like, in a dumbfound way. They didn't take kids' intelligence lightly, I guess. Because kids are smart. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I got into stories when I was that young, so it's different for me. Like, I got into your stories. I was understanding what y'all were doing. It's just, I felt like you just went blindly and just went like, hey, the kids will laugh at that. Kids like those kind of jokes. The kids like this. Kids like that.
One thing that 80s kids, now I'm not talking 80s babies, I'm talking 80s kids. 80s kids had shows that were like realistic, you know what I mean? They had shows where there was Muppets and, you know what I mean, like stuff like that, you know what I mean? And the 90s, I think, were really strong in the animated world. You know what I mean? Yeah. I think the 90s, being a 90s kid, is probably the best generation to be a kid because we had all the best stuff. So having all the best stuff and all the best shows, and also watching sort of what the teenagers was watching, like on Nickelodeon and like ABC and TGRF, whatever it's called. Thank God it's Friday night. You know what I mean? You can't pull a fast one on us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so when you start altering, you know, messing up the thing that we liked to the beginning, we're going to notice that from the beginning. There's a difference between Doug and brand spanking new Doug.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's a perfect example. Same thing with the Rugrats. Rugrats was the Rugrats until they changed it. And then kids stopped watching it. So I can understand how I think after this season they start declining in the amount of episodes. Because I felt like they were losing their audience and the movies were shining more than the actual show.
Yeah. So, yeah, this is where we at with Turtles. We will be doing season 4 part 2 down the line. That'll be for next month. There's a few key episodes I remember clearly because one of them is their debut to CBS. I remember that one clearly, and that was the where is it? The Big Conflict Caper. I remember that episode clearly because that's when they first debuted on Channel 2. And I think they had all like these suits with those the disguise mask and shit, and they all was looking for these couplings that just explode. So I remember that one very clear.
I'm just really upset that they changed the entrance video. Man.
Yeah, they did. They did that. Again, that was a new channel, new thing. So they changed that. They changed the outro as well. They changed the theme song. I think after the season 5. And then there's another one I'm looking forward to just because how silly and how much Bebop and Rocksteady have been a fun character. There's one called The Adventures of Rhino Man. And you see Rocksteady and Bebop in superhero suits. So I'm actually looking forward to that episode.
They should get a NECA of that.
Yeah. Yeah, they got the bunny, they got the Easter bunnies, they got the regular ones. So yeah, I wouldn't mind that. And the pirate suits too.
Yeah, which was probably more notable to me in Turtles in Time.
Yeah. So, yeah. So, season 4, part 2, will be coming for next month. Before we go and keep this short and sweet, we will give you a little rundown of what NECA has been releasing. NECA released the pizza catcher. Was it the pizza catcher?
The one with them in the trench.
The
case of the killer pizzas.
The case of the killer pizzas. Yeah, they announced those guys.
That looks crazy. I will buy that.
Yeah, they announced those guys. I think they stopped going on sale.
I know you're more involved into the NECA Ninja Turtles than I am. I have to actually want it.
Yeah.
It's not like us with the Power Ranger toys where we buy every single one. You know what I mean?
Sadly.
You're more onto that, but the case of the killer pizzas.
Yeah.
That looks crazy.
Yeah.
And I like that.
Yeah, I did pre-order that one. They announced Ace Duck and Mutant Gym Man, which I just did the pre-order for that one as well. They announced April and Casey Jones. I think they're getting a 2-pack for the movies.
Okay. Yeah. They started showing the sculptures of it.
Yeah.
Where April looked like Medusa.
Yeah. So those are a lot of the things that are coming from NECA. The Disguise Turtles just been released in stores. A lot of people are complaining about the head molds, but the reason why the head molds are like the way they are is the fact that they're in their facial expressions. You could change them up. They actually gonna have accessory packs that has different eyeballs, different things that you can change their face expression. So those are little things. And then Super 7, their Wave 4 is coming out. And again, the difference between Super 7 and NECA is doing stuff based on the cartoon, as in Super 7 is doing remastered versions of the figures that came out when we were kids.
All right.
Yeah.
Sounds like there's no shortage in the future of NECA Ninja Turtles.
Turtles, period.
Which has been very popular. You know what I mean? So.
Turtles been fucking crazy and been killing my pockets.
Power Rangers has been killing my pockets.
Power Rangers too, but Turtles has been as well because I have both. I collect both of them, and wrestling figures. I am actually chilling out with that, but it's usually the Turtles and the. I always find
a wrestling figure for you that you end up wanting. So.
Yeah, so we're trying to get things going like that. We'll probably start do some unboxings of these NECA ones, because I actually want to display them. I'm actually planning to open them, so I'll try to get some unboxings done for you guys for Ahhh Shell Shock.
That also, I want to go through all the. I know me and you together have played a majority of the games, but I would like to also Twitch those and show them to the world.
Yeah, 100%. So there's a lot of things for Ahhh Shell Shock in the future, but for now, next month we will be covering season 4, part 2.
Oh God, what would you give a number? Which we always like to do.
I'm gonna give it 2.
2, man, yeah, 2 is strong. 2 is a strong number for this, and 2 is bad in my eyes. So
I'm gonna give it.
Now, like I said, collectively, it's not 100% bad. It's not.
No.
It's the inconsistency of the voices, animation, and like the storyline. But they are fun episodes.
Yeah. Did we do the same things for the other ones?
I think so. Pretty sure.
I don't think we did. You know what? Let's do a rundown. We'll do a rundown. So season 1, 100% would be a 5.
Yeah, no, we said definitely 100% for 5. Because it was only 5 episodes, and they were flawless.
And then season 2, I think I also would give that one a 5, just because, for the most part, season 2 was all story.
Yeah, season 3 to me was probably more of episodes that I really remember. Like I remembered a majority of it. I remember like season 1. I remember probably all those episodes. Season 2 was a handful, but season 3 probably consisted more of episodes that I remembered. Yeah. More than everything else. But then again, we also had more episodes.
Yeah, we had a lot more episodes. But then again, there was a lot more things that I remember from this season than I remember in other seasons. Like Casey Jones. I actually made me remember how funny Casey Jones was in the series. And you probably don't see him till later on in the later seasons.
I actually forgot how Casey Jones was in the show. Yeah. And that re-enlightened me. So I think 3rd season is the best season.
I will say
my opinion. Yeah. My opinion.
Yeah, I'll give. That's a good one. I'll give that. That would be like a 4.75.
4.75. I mean, I'll give 5s down the line.
Yeah.
Up to now, where, and that shows dramatically the drop of how we feel about it. Yeah. Now everybody else's viewing and perception of it and perspective of it is different. You might enjoy it a lot better than us. But we're right. I'm sorry.
Well, the thing in season 3 that we started getting was the inconsistency with voices and things like that. So that's something I'm gonna give a little decline to. But
once James Avery's gone, I don't want to watch it anymore. I'll be honest with you.
But they have a lot of key episodes that I really like. They had Usagi Yojimbo debut. They had Leatherhead debut and fucking Casey Jones, and then you had Don Turtelli. God damn it.
I know you love this guy. He loves this guy. I don't understand why, but he does.
Don Turtelli was the GOAT.
He's the GOAT of the villains of the Ninja Turtle world, according to the Merc with the mic.
Damn right. We need a Don Turtelli. I'm mentioning it until they make a figure.
I just love Bebop and Rocksteady, man. They are the most consistent villains yet. You know what I mean? Because you don't need to expect much from them. But they show up every time.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
So that's our review of Season 4 of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Part 1. Again, we'll be back for Part 2 next month. So I guess we'll wrap this up. Keep it short and simple.
Hell yes.
This is the Ahhh Shell Shock Podcast. If you like us, subscribe to Red Cycle Inc. on Spotify is the easiest way to get our podcast. It has every single one. Follow us. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr, Twitch, YouTube, and SoundCloud, all Merc with the Mic as well. We also do have playlists and everything of all the podcasts we have, so you can just pick the playlist or wherever you want to listen to. Follow Red Cycling Inc. on all the same things: Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter, WordPress, YouTube, all Red Cycling Inc. And also follow their SoundCloud as well, Red Cycling Inc. All our casts is on everything, so definitely check those out. Follow Tenacious T.
Yes, you can follow me on Twitter at Tenacious T RC Inc. I don't really have too many followers. I don't really do too much activity, but there's not really too much in the Twitter world that I actually give a shit about. I'm be honest with you. Follow me on Pornhub. No, I'm joking. Just a little. I had to throw a little gag joke out there. But follow me on my own personal Instagram at T_DA_tots. That's T to Tots. Yeah, come to Grand Central. Come and bullshit with us. If you're in the tri-state area, it's right around there, and I gladly will do anything that stops me from having to work. You know what I mean? Always a shouts out to Game On, a retro video game store based out on Long Island, based on in 2 separate locations, one in Miller Place, one in Smithtown, satisfying all your retro video game needs, from Turtles in Manhattan, from the Tournament Fighter, to, and now I'm just naming Ninja Turtles, to the GameCube, to everything Ninja Turtles. They even sell Ninja Turtles figures. They sell every console known to man, up to nowadays stuff. And recently, they just started venturing off into the Retron days. So if you don't want to buy one console that satisfies one thing, you can buy a multiple of them. You know what I mean?
Yep.
They are always super generous and super, like, community oriented. So I always have to give them a shout out. Shouts out to Tristan. Shouts out to Jay. Top tier to you guys.
Okay.
Shouts out to Mind of an Artist, my boy Jerry. Recently just came out with his own clothing line called Drugs and Demons. Follow him on Instagram at Drugs and Demons, and also at Mind of an Artist. He's a very big avid Ninja Turtles fan, very big avid, retro video game stuff like that. Go and follow him. Shouts out to him. Shouts out to Sally Beebs. But what's his
Yeti.
The what?
The Bearded Yeti.
The Bearded Yeti on Twitch. He is what's up?
He's not drinking no more, so he's the Bearded Yeti.
Why isn't he drinking
Even
anymore?
sober.
Sober Yeti? Nobody wants a sober Yeti.
Yeah,
Babes, if you're listening right now, babes, start drinking again, okay? I know, look at me being a bad influence.
Yeah.
But follow all of our other podcasts.
Yes. Follow everything from Not a Trekkie to the Morphin Cast to our past Ahhh Shell Shock Podcast to the Game of Rage. And also follow our weekly podcast of the Wrestling Babble and It Gets Better As For Our podcast. The Wrestling Babble will have a WrestleMania review tomorrow. So definitely check that out.
I actually plan on watching WrestleMania later.
I
have not watched it yet, but I keep hearing everything about what's her face and the Fiend and stuff like that. So I gotta go and check that one.
It was cool. I enjoyed it. All right.
And I was at Fatty McGee's, and I was watching it at Fatty McGee's. So.
Nice. All right. Peace out, laters, and always remember, Splinter should not have sashimi.
No. Give him cooked sushi. Cook the sushi, no raw.
He don't get the good stuff.
Give him rice in a bowl and like a piece of flounder, and that's it.
There you go. He don't deserve the sashimi.